Hello everyone. I'm dealing with the subject power plant engineering. In that, my topic is feed water treatment. This is the continuation for the previous lecture. In our previous lecture, we discussed about the internal water treatment methods. In this lecture, I am going to start about the external water treatment methods. When the quantity of the makeup water is large and it contains the considerable suspended and dissolved impurities, then external water treatment is used. In this method of treatment, raw water is taken to the tank where reagents are mixed. So various methods of external treatment are mechanical treatment, thermal treatment and chemical treatment. In mechanical treatment, there are three methods: sedimentation, coagulation, filtration. In thermal treatment, distillation or evaporation, sedimentation, deaeration. And in chemical treatment, lime water treatment, zeolite process and demineralization. In that, first one is sedimentation. In this method, water is allowed to remain standstill in big tanks or allowed to flow at very low velocity. The solid matter settles down at the gravity, which is then removed periodically or continuously. Clean water is taken from the surface. So if we take this is the tank, in this the water is mixed with the impurities. After some time, the solid particles get settled down. These solid particles can be removed continuously. The following conditions are required for the sedimentation. Separation of mixture of solid particles using sedimentation and desalination. And next method is coagulation. Coagulation is the method of coagulants like aluminium sulfate, sodium aluminate and phosphate. In this method are removed by impure water. So reaction between these salts and alkalinity in the water causes smaller particles to adhere to each other, forming larger particles. These larger particles settle down and this can be removed by the filtration process. And next one is the filtration. In this method, water is allowed to pass through the gravity or pressure filters. So these are the gravity or the pressure filters. By increasing the fineness of the filtration element, maximum suspended impurities are removed. The suspended matter adheres to the filter material and clean water drains from the bottom. It is necessary to clean the dirt collected in the voids and filter material periodically by backwashing the filter material, which can be used recycled. So this is the filter paper. These are the impurities mixed with the water. This can be settled here. And this, if the filter papers are again washed with water, this filtration can be removed. And next method is evaporation. Next method is distillation. Distillation is the process of heating. So if we take this part, steam from the boiler enter into this and it is passed through the tubes and remaining part is filled with the water, that is the raw water. So after passing the hot water, it is the exchange of the heat between the filter and tubes and the raw water. The water from the boiler reduces and the cool water is collected here. And the raw water temperature increases and this steam to the plant is used. Means the raw water get heated and it converted into the steam, and this steam also used for the water. So this is the block diagram of distillation process. And next method is deaeration. Deaeration is the method of mechanical treatment. So in the deaeration, this is the block diagram of the deaeration method. In this block diagram, which contains spray pipe, heating trays, enclosed chamber, steam inlet, air separating chambers, float clutch to feed water, level control, vents and vent condenser to the storage tank. So these are the components of the deaeration method. The process of removing dissolved oxygen is known as deaeration. This can be done by deaerating heaters. If the water is heated to the temperature of above 110 degrees centigrade with the subsequent aeration, the dissolved oxygen is expelled. In this heater, feed water after passing through the vent condenser is sprayed upwards in the spray pipe. The water falls in the form of uniform showers over the heating trays and the air separating trays and finally gets collected in the storage space. Steam enters into the heater and finally gets collected in the storage tank. The steam makes its way downward through the perforation in the top plate of the comforts. While flowing downwards, steam comes in contact with the falling water. Most of the steam condenses in between the spray and the heating sprays. The remaining steam and separated gases as oxygen from the boiler of the heating flow from the vent. From the vent, it is sent into the vent condenser. This is the level control for checking the water in the boilers. And next one is the hot soda lime process. So, in this process, if raw water is in this process, raw water from the feed inlet enter here and also superheat stream also added here. So, the raw water combines with the superheated stream in the conical sedimentation tank. Some of the sediments are collected below, down here, that is precipitated sludge, which contains CaCO3, MgOH whole twice, which is collected at the bottom. And this control valve is used to remove the precipitated sludge by opening the valves. So, by the outlet of this sludge, we will remove the impurities. And if the impurities are collected in the downwards, the soft water enters into the softened in this tank. In this tank, there are 3 layers: fine sand layer, coarse sand layers, sand filter, and the gravels. And the soft water enters through this process, and it is passed first with the fine water layer and then with the coarse sand layer. And here the filter paper is used to remove any unwanted particles in the salt water that is present in the soft water. And the soft water passes through the gravel layers. In the gravel layers there is a minor spacing. The water passes through this minor spacing and the filtered softened water outlet is collected here. And in this reaction tank we add for the reactors lime and soda. By using of the lime and soda, we will get the precipitated sludge like calcium carbide and magnesium oxides. This is the hot lime process. And the advantages of the hot lime process are: this process is economical. It is capable of treating large quantities of the water in a relatively small unit. pH of the water rises, which improves the corrosion resistance of the water. Silicon is effectively removed from the water. The size of the settling tank is reduced as the precipitate is larger in size and settles more quickly. And disadvantages of the hot lime soda process are: softness produced by the method is less than the zeolite process. Huge amount of sludge is formed and disposal is difficult. Controlling of hot process is difficult. The softened water must be filtered to avoid precipitates being carried with the softened water. Backwashing of the filter periodically is required to increasing the efficiency of the filter. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of hot lime soda process. And next method is zeolite process. This zeolite process consists of shell holding of a bed of sodium zeolites. So these are the sodium zeolites. So it forms a layer. This layer is known as zeolite bed, which are supported by the layers of granite granule layering by the water distribution and collection stand. So here the water enters into the raw water enters into the zeolite softener at the top. It flows down through the bed. High pressure the raw water enters into the meter, and from the meter it enters into the high pressure water through the zeolite bed. From the zeolite bed it passes through the bed, which has backwashing is necessary. Means after passing through the beds, the supportive bed of the gravels is collected here, and with the regenerative tank with the sodium chloride and ejector is used for the high pressure water, and the backwash water is collected here and it is get recycled. Here an ion exchange method is also used. And next method is demineralization. This is the demineralization process. It is used to remove mineral contents of the water. In this system, raw water enters into the H2Z, that is cation exchange, that is hydrogen zeolite exchange at the top, and then flows into the anion, and then after passing through the cationic exchange device, it is enters into the anionic exchange device and degasified, and it is get degasified, means some of the gases get removed, and after that and finally passes through the silicon observer. In spite of the best treatment method, some quantity of dissolved and suspended impurities enters into the boiler, and some of the impurities are silicon with pH of 100, suspended solids of 300 and alkalinity of 650, and the total solid parts per million is 3000. If the pressure is above 50 to 100, the silicon parts per million is 8 and suspended solids of parts per million is 40 and alkalinity parts per million is 200 and the total solids parts per million is 1000. The above value shows the safe limit of concentration decreases with increasing in the boiler working pressure. Concentration of these solids can be reduced to a great extent by blowing down some quantity of the water from the bottom of the boiler drum. Periodically, blowdown helps in maintaining the concentration of impurities with the allowable limits. And next one is reverse osmosis. This is the reverse osmosis process, and this is the osmotic pressure is maintained here. The salt water is passed through this semi-permeable membrane, and the impurities are collected in the semi-permeable membrane, and the pure water is collected here. And in the reverse osmosis process, salt water is collected here and it passes through the semi-permeable membrane, and the pure water is collected here, and here the high pressure is applied. This is the salt water treatment using reverse osmosis process. Salt water is enters through the raw water pump. In the raw water pump, we can remove chlorine, coagulant and acid, and it is passed through the medium filter. After the medium filter, it is passed through the cartridge filter where the impurities get removed completely in the medium filter and cartridge filter. After this, the pressure gets reduced and the low pressure low pressure water is passed through the high pressure pump, and this high pressure pump is sent into the reverse osmosis permeable blank. After passing through this reverse osmosis, the saline water gets rejected and the pure water gets stored in the water storage, and this water is sent into the